So the colors I have today are my primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, burnt umber, and white. And we'll make our own green. It's nice to be able to learn how to mix your own colors. Now, as you can see, I always like to put tape on my canvas just so I can get some idea where the sky and the land is going to meet, which is the horizon line. So it helps me keep everything in perspective. So I'm going to start with the sky. Now I also have some magic white on here, and because it's a big canvas and I need some working time so it won't dry fast on me, I'm going to put my magic white on first. That's this one here. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can put on just plain white paint and mist it with some water, and that will also help it that'll also help you blend and keep it wet longer. So there we go. I put some magic white on there, and I have the recipe for magic white listed below in the description, and that should help. And even if it starts to dry on you again, what I did was I put that recipe in a bottle and I added water to it, and then I can mist it, and that way it will keep wet even longer, right? This is only for bigger canvases and for if you're working with a large area, because you want the paints to be able to blend well. So now I'm going to add some of my bright yellow. I have a bright yellow here, and I'm going to start with a bright yellow, and I might add some white there when I get some of my yellow on first. So I'm just going to put the yellow on. There we go. I have my magic white on there just to help me keep it smooth and keep it moving. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to add some white. I got some of my yellow on, that's the start, and then I'm going to add white to my brush just so I can brighten this up down here. Okay, I'll keep my brush dirty, that's okay. Just spread it all out, spread it all out. Alright. Add more white. Just want to keep it nice and bright. Good. Right over to the end. Alright, that's nice. And now we're going to pick up some red. Alright. Pick up some red. And put that up here. And that will all blend with the yellow, because you're working wet on wet. And that will all blend together really nice. See, you can even come right down into your yellow if you like. You'll be fine. See that? See how it blended nicely and it didn't destroy it? That's because everything is wet. That's the trick. That's the secret. Don't tell anybody. That's the secret. As long as your paint is wet. See, you can come right down into the yellow. Look at that. And that will blend beautifully with it. See? Might change the color a little bit, but that's what you want anyway. You want a beautiful sky. Now I'm going to add burnt sienna. I'm just going to experiment with the colors here now. Everything is dirty. The brush is dirty. As long as everything is wet. Okay. Nice. Nice. It'll all blend. See, it's all wet, so it's all going to blend really nice. See? See that? I just mixed it with water. If you don't have any magic white, don't worry about it. Just use water. Keep it all nice and wet there. See? See that? And now we'll go into, we'll blend it out a bit now that it's nice and wet again. Alright. Lovely. All that color is blending so nice. All because everything is wet, okay? Because a lot of people ask me, I can't get my colors to blend. I can't get a nice smooth blend. Well, this is the secret. The secret. And I'm going to put some ultramarine blue on the very top. So let's go with the blue, just the blue, dark blue, ultramarine blue. Put that up here. Alright, so if you see that it's not blending, then take your misting bottle, mist with water, anything at all. Well, water. And then make sure it stays wet, okay? That's very, very important. See, and see how it all blends beautifully? Good. Oh my God, what's going on? Alright, so then we'll blend this. One nice sky. Just go straight across. And some people say, how much paint do I put on my brush? I don't know how much paint to put on my brush. Well, working with a big area like 16 by 20 and a bigger area, put lots of paint on your brush. Lots and lots. So that way that'll keep your paint wet also. The more paint you get on your brush, the wetter it'll stay. You know what I mean? The longer it'll take to dry. So lots of paint when you're working with a big canvas. If you're working with a smaller canvas, you won't need as much paint. But you still need enough paint to keep it wet. I'm just going to bring that right down into that color there. Because it's wet, it'll blend really nice. I'm just going to go back and forth, back and forth. Long strokes, back and forth, back and forth. There we go, back and forth. Good. Back and forth. Whoops. Back and forth. All right. Back and forth. Nice. Yeah, I want all those colors to blend nicely like that. See, they're going right into each other. And if I got any problems, I'll grab my misting bottle and I'll mist it again. Back and forth, long strokes. Look how pretty that. Look at the sky. It's like there's even blue into the pinks. Because it's wet, I'm getting all these streaks of blues going down into the yellow. I'm not pushing as hard this time because I want everything to blend nicely. Look at that. See, I want those colors to blend like that. See? Isn't that pretty? That's nice, isn't it? Now I want to get some contrast to the sky, so I'm going to get a clean brush. And I want a bit of contrast in the sky, so I'm going to darken up corners of the painting in the corner up there, and I'm going to add red to my blue. See how nice and dark purple that is getting? I'm going to take that color, and it's better if your paint is dry at this point. Or at least a little bit dry, enough so that you can get that on there without it blending too much. Because I want to have a nice dark corner. That'll give some contrast to your sky. See? Isn't that pretty? Purple is always a nice color for your sky. Look at that. Yeah, it's better to have your paint dry at this point. So let it dry and then put this on in the corners just to give it that little bit of contrast. Always look for places to be able to make contrast. So that's dark against light, okay? The darks will bring out the lights. Look at that. I'm just pulling it on there and pulling it over into the rest of the sky. Just wanted to give it a little bit of a punch. Just trying to show you different ways that you can give your paintings a little bit of a punch or a little bit of a pop. How to make some of your paintings pop. Just go back straight and forth, back and forth like that, see? See, that's better, isn't it? Or at least it, you know, gives it a nice little... The light's shining on it there, so it's hard for you to see that. It's hard for you to see that nice dark color. Even that little bit there, really adds a nice little bit of contrast. So whenever I'm doing videos, I'm trying to come up with some different ways of showing you how to add contrast to your paintings. All right. Nice. You can also add more white to your brush. Clean off your brush and then just get some white. You can add some nice brights into your yellow just to brighten it up more. So once your sky, you feel it's done, you can always go back and add some more lights and darks. You want it too complicated, but you want to make it so that you're happy with it, you know. If you think you can add more lights against the darks. So I'm just adding some brighter colors. See? That brightens it up, see? Try to get the center here a little more brightened, as if there's some sun or something there. Just putting it on gently. There we go. I'm just going to smooth it out, but I'm not pushing very hard. I'm just putting it on there and just pulling across. And that way you get to keep some of your other colors. You know, you're not burying all your other colors, but you are adding that nice brightness in the center there. Isn't that pretty? Good. It makes it easier for you to put the light over the yellow rather than trying to go back and put all the light on in the center and then try to put yellow around it. So this kind of gives you some yellow streaks coming through too. Alright. Nice. I like that. That's good. I'm going to add a few little clouds up here just to put something in the sky so it won't be so plain. I'm just using the corner of my brush. I'm just moving my brush around. See? Just going to have some long clouds in there. Just not even touching hardly. Just touching the brush off and kind of tapping. And when that white comes off there, I just leave it. And I'll probably even pull underneath it though, but I won't touch the top. There we go. See, I just want to blend out the bottom a little bit. Once I get that top, I want to keep going. Clouds are not too hard if you just throw them on there with the corner of your brush. Just use the corner of your brush. And go on top of there already, because you already have some lights there. I didn't get a top here, so I'm working on getting a top. Okay, that looks like a cloud, doesn't it? I'm going to try some circles over here just to give you some different ways of doing clouds. Just throw on a couple of clouds and then move your brush around on the bottom there just to smooth them out. Or just go across like this. Just to let them disappear into the sky. Okay. Good. You can have them anywhere you want. Just put paint on the corner of your brush and just kind of wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle some clouds. You can barely see them there now, but I'll put one, let's see. I'll put one over here. I'll just wiggle, touch and wiggle, and clean up the bottom. Okay? Touch and wiggle, clean up the bottom. Alright? Touch and wiggle, clean up the bottom. Touch and wiggle, clean up the bottom. I know. Well, you know, it's all fun. Alright. Touch and wiggle and clean up the bottom. And you got clouds. They're kind of cool, you know. I like to put another one under here. Touch, wiggle, clean up the bottom. There we go, there's a little bit one there. Hard to stop, isn't it? Touch and wiggle and clean up the bottom. I'm not touching very hard, I'm just barely touching. I like those clouds. They're kind of different. They're nice. I like them. There we go. Once you like them, then you're okay. Let's take off the tape. Start working at the bottom. Now, okay, take off the tape so we can start working at the bottom. All right, she moved away on me. All right, let's work on the bottom. Now, what are we going to do at the bottom? I'm thinking maybe a little house here, some trees, grass, a little path, you know. We've done paintings like this before. So the first thing I'm going to do is the grass. That's going to be the main thing. I'm not going to do dark grass today. It's going to be a medium grass. There's no need for magic white down here because we're just going to tap on some color. Okay, I'm going to use this brush here. I probably didn't show it to you in the description, or probably didn't introduce it to you, but it's nice bristle, nice long handle on it. I got that for Christmas. My hubby buys me supplies, besides all the other supplies I had to buy too. I go through a lot of brushes because I do a lot of paintings. But see how I'm opening up the bristles? I push them in my hand, okay? And you open up the bristles. And then we're going to make some green. And we're going to make it not too dark, but we're going to make it so that it's a fairly light green. Alright, a little bit of red. Just to tone it down a little bit so we can have more of a nature green. Look at that, isn't that nice? Look at that. Ooh! I like this brush. It really opens up. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Yeah, I like that. Let's see if it works good. Oh, yes. Oh, my. Look at that. If you just want it... Where'd it go? Okay. Just look. Even if you just want to make flowers or something. Look at that print. Just look. Wow, this is nice. This is called the Color Factory. I'll see if I can find them in my Amazon shop. If not, try Walmart, dollar stores, you know, whoever sells brushes. Look, it's going to make some pretty. Look at the flowers it would make. Just look at that. Or if you just, even if you just did that. So nice. I like these brushes. My hubby is good at picking up brushes. Look at that. Wow, I love it. It's just an artist brush set. I'm not sponsored by these people, but you know, I'll tell you whatever I like. If I like it, I don't care if I'm being sponsored or not. I'm going to tell you about it anyway. And if I don't have them in my Amazon shop, you can certainly buy them anywhere, craft stores or anywhere. Factory. You can look it up online and see where you can buy them. I really like them because they'll come in, they will really stiff and hard. Okay, they'll be really, really, look, you can't even move it. It's so stiff. That's a protective covering over that. And when you put that in water, it turns really nice and workable. Alright. Whoops. Alright, so let's get this grass on here. I really like it. Okay. I really get excited over brushes. So let's keep that going. A little bit more. You know how I mixed my green now, right? That was the ultramarine blue and cad yellow, or blue and yellow, whatever you got there. And I had a little bit of red just to get it more of an earthy green. This is really nice, I must say. I'm going to use this for my bushes and trees, I think. Some of my trees, my bushes. Really nice, yeah. All right. So that's all you got to do is just tap away. Tap on your different colors of green and yellow and red. And you'll get these, you know, so don't mix them completely on your brush. Just tap them on your canvas and let them mix together. We're going to go over, you know, those with different colors and highlights and bushes and everything. But that's a nice little start. I'll see you in the next video. Happy painting, everybody. Bye.